Hey guys, today's video is sponsored by Morning Brew because traditional news is simply dry and boring. Before Morning Brew, the first thing I would do in the mornings for hours is browse social media and multiple news outlets aimlessly to find out what's the latest news, and I would come across a bunch of news and articles that were simply just not of interest to me. My favorite thing about the Morning Brew is that the news is being delivered every day to my inbox 7 days a week, and I could catch up with everything within just 5 minutes absolutely free. Over the past couple of weeks since I've been subscribed, I learned how Google search engine works, and unfortunately that LG will no longer be in the smartphone industry. So what are you waiting for? Make sure you check out Morning Brew and subscribe absolutely free. It takes less than 15 seconds, and of course links will be in the description down below. And once you subscribe, don't forget to make Morning Brew your VIP inbox so you don't miss any of the latest news. Hey guys, I know myself here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I wanted to address a very popular question on the channel, and that is, how do I preserve excellent battery health on my iPhone for the longest time possible? Of course, with excellent battery health, there's excellent performance on your iOS device, and of course, the longer the battery lasts, of course, the longer your iPhone will last as well. So keep in mind that batteries over time, no matter what you do, will degrade in performance and the battery health will drop, but there's a few things that you can do to prevent that from happening sooner rather than later, and that is what I wanted to share with you guys in this video. Now, I do have several videos on this particular topic, but as Apple releases new software, there's new features and options that you can take advantage of, and that is what we're going to be talking about today, as well as personal tips and recommendations. So let's begin. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is battery packs. This one is Apple's smart battery case, and this one is for the iPhone 11, as you can see here. But one thing about this battery pack is that it does not have an off switch, and by not having an off switch, it means that it's constantly sending power to the battery even if it's at 100%. As you can see right there, the iPhone is at 100%, the battery pack is at 25, the iPhone is still charging, there's no off switch. As we know, constant power being delivered to a full battery can never be a good thing for battery health. Now, I know this is Apple branded and this is Apple software running on these two, but still, there's just no way constant power being delivered to a battery could be a good thing for the overall battery health. Keep in mind, this is constantly stressing the battery by sending power to this iPhone, whether it needs it or not. And the problem with this one is that it doesn't have an off switch. So this one I recommend only if you're going on long trips or you're going to have a really long day and you need almost double the battery life. This is going to be excellent for that. But if you're using this as your daily, every single day for the life of your iPhone, this could impact the battery health of your iPhone in a negative way. So that's one thing to avoid. Now, another thing to avoid is actually using any case for wireless charging. Now, if your case is designed for wireless charging, by all means, you can place your iPhone on a wireless charging mat and start charging your iPhone, no problem. But if your iPhone case is not designed for wireless charging, then this can cause an issue on your iPhone because, number one, the charge will not go through properly. You can't really align it properly, as you can see right here. And number two, by using a case, wireless charging itself automatically creates extra heat to charge your iPhone, therefore creating additional heat with a case on. So what I recommend is, if you don't have a case that is specifically designed for wireless charging, I recommend you take it off your iPhone and then place your iPhone to wirelessly charge. This way you don't create additional heat stressing the battery, and I don't know if you know, but heat is an enemy of batteries, therefore creating additional stress and therefore affecting the battery health overall and over time of your iPhone. Now, another thing that I always say is, do not plug your iPhone and continue to use it. I know most of us like to do this, but if you use your iPhone while it's charging, you're creating additional stress as well. Now, one thing I recommend is simply going into airplane mode while you're charging and just let it sit for about a half hour. You'll have plenty of charge then, and then continue using your iPhone, because if you're playing games or you're browsing and using your iPhone while it's charging, once again, you're creating additional stress on the battery because you're using it as you're charging it, and that's never a good thing for the overall battery health of your iPhone. So keep those things in mind. Next, I want to talk about things you should consider doing every day as you use your iPhone. Number one, Apple has a feature under battery health that's called optimized battery charging. Now, this option is on by default. If you ever turn this off, I'd recommend you turn it back on. This option allows the iPhone to recognize your charging patterns, and it doesn't charge up to 100% unless it knows you're about to pick up your iPhone. So it kind of knows when you're going to pick up your iPhone by just learning your charging patterns. So for example, if you go to bed every night at 10 p.m. and wake up at 8 a.m., it knows that by 8 a.m. you're going to have your iPhone, so it'll charge it to 80% overnight, and then right before you wake up, it'll charge that extra 20% in order to have 100% for the rest of the day. Now keep in mind, Apple right here is just keeping you aware that having your iPhone at 100% all the time isn't necessarily a good thing just by having this feature alone. So I don't understand why they would actually have a battery pack that constantly send power to the iPhone. But anyway, make sure you just use the optimized battery charging option if you do have that turned off. And one thing you always want to keep in mind, and I don't use this option when I'm filming videos, is auto brightness. Make sure that auto brightness is turned on your iPhone. Auto brightness allows the display to adjust to the ambient lighting, therefore using less battery. If you don't have that turned on, your iPhone's display is actually using more power, consuming more power than it should. And if auto brightness is turned off, then your screen is actually brighter than it should, creating heat. And as we know, heat, once again, is an enemy of batteries, and therefore will create additional stress and therefore dropping your battery health over time. So just keep auto brightness enabled as well. And one of the big features coming with iOS 14.5, and this one is a big one, make sure that when you update to the latest iOS 14.5, you want to go to battery health and make sure that your iPhone says this message up here. Important battery message. Your iPhone's battery health reporting system is recalibrating maximum capacity and peak performance capabilities. This process may take a few weeks. When you update to iOS 14.5, if you're seeing this message here, this will disappear within about 2 to 3 weeks after your iPhone's battery health has been recalibrated. Mine right there is still working on it, is at 98%, which is relatively good. And this message here, as I mentioned, will help your iPhone recalibrate that battery health and just show you a more precise number right here. And of course, you want to make sure that you update to iOS 14.5 to take advantage of this new iPhone battery recalibrating option. And this one is available for iPhone 11 models in general. It isn't available for other iPhones as of yet, but it should be coming available for other iPhones as well. And these are some of my recommendations for you guys to preserve that excellent battery health on your iPhone. Let me know if you use any additional features or options within iOS to preserve the battery health, and let me know if these work for you over time. Thank you for watching this quick video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.